Shalom, first and foremost, giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rabakakodash, double undersell the Apostle Square Millstone and rule well that taught me this truth. Peace, love, and blessings also to you sincere laborers, you brothers on highways and byways, giving all diligence to make thy calling and election sure. And also blessings to you few sisters out there listening, learning, and believing. I'm that fellow servant Kanakla, coming at you once again with a lesson, Lord School's lessons edifying and exhorting. Now this is a lesson. I grabbed two articles about 2 days ago that I've been meaning to do, and just through the spirit I'm able to get to it now. All right, we're just gonna hop right into it, and just pretty much leading to I would say martial law or troops, coming in, all right, into your neighborhoods, just like on that first movie. Matter of fact, let me read this article to kind of paint the picture real quick to show you the avenue I'm going, so to say. So as you see, an article from RT, it says, "Is that legal? South Dakota triggers liberal meltdown by sending National Guard to Texas with private funding." Okay, when you think about this, all right, if you know how the U.S. works, all right, the U.S. will send like private contractors, mercenaries, and over to other countries to infiltrate them, to overthrow them, instead of being considered the U.S. government. All right, actual U.S. government boots on the ground. They'll send mercenaries over there, private contractors. So if those men get caught, or they can't say, "Oh, this is, this is the U.S. government." No, those countries can't say that. Or if they get caught, they can't say, "Oh, I'm with the U.S. government." Hold on, you might be getting funded by them, and then the funding, you can't directly link it to the U.S. government, but it's the U.S. government, but it's a private contract, right? So it's basically a mercenary. So let's get this definition real quick. Mercenary. It says a professional soldier hired to serve in a foreign army. Okay? And if you watch that movie, The Purge, right? Let's see if we can get that real quick. The first Purge, that's what was going on in this movie. You see, if you're familiar with the Purge movies, what was happening was the government was funding these people to go in and pretty much purge out. All right, especially this movie, the first Purge, just showed you they were being paid to go in and purge out you so-called minorities, you blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians, you Israelites. All right, and they had government funding, government equipment. They had you notice that on the other purges too, where it's like, hold on, the government is funding. They found the government is funding these people. They was able to get access to the scam likely. See, they were able to get access to the street lights, the cameras on the street lights, and it's like, this isn't, these aren't, regular purgers, man. They had some high tech capabilities, if you will. And the government was funding these mercenaries, okay, to go into the hoods. All right. And in one of the other movies, you see right here, this, these are mercenaries. But in the other movies, they had even had the people dressed up as the KKK. But they were pretty much paid mercenaries, man. Okay? So you can see here that this is happening. Yeah, let's go back to this article. All right? It says, "Is that legal? South Dakota triggers liberal meltdown by sending National Guard to Texas with private funding." So yeah, it may be the National Guard, right? But it's privately funding. All right. It says, news that South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem is sending 50 National Guard troops to help Texas secure the border with Mexico was troubling enough, but the revelation it was funded by a private donor set to Democrat pundits fuming. All right, so that's what they were pissed off, is by private donor. It says Noem, a Republican, announced on Monday evening that she would be sending up to 50 National Guard troops to Texas to secure our southern border and help solve the human and national security crisis that President Joe Biden has created. Follow Republican Governor Greg Abbott of Texas thanked NOAA and said the two states will keep our communities safe and help in the crisis. So what really set off corporate media, journalists, and Twitter talking heads, however, was a revelation that South Dakota taxpayers won't have to pay for the deployment, which may last for a month or two. The entire expedition will be funded by a private donation. So this is stuff America does to other countries, all right? But here it is, this same type of tactic, if you will, is being used right here on American soil. Because yes, it will start out with, the U.S. troops, coming with the so-called medical martial law. But when the things start to get unconstitutional, where you got these troops coming in, the whole red list, blue list, who's a threat, who's not, who can be rehabilitated and who can't. All right. And people forgot about the FEMA coffins. That was pretty big back in, I believe, 2012, 2013. All right. Around that era. All right. When these people, when the government had that list out, as going back to the purge again, you unconstitutional, pretty much a summary execution that, they want you gone. Once again, you watching these videos, you heavily armed, you a patriot, man, you gonna be on that list for these paid mercenaries to go, to your house and pretty much take you out, man. If not unconstitutionally take you to a concentration camp, and if you resist, they just gonna pretty much get rid of you, man. All right. It says the entire expedition will be funded by a private donation. NOAA spokesman Ian Fury revealed in a tweet reached by Business Insider. Fury said that a donation from the Willis and Rebus Johnson Foundation provided the funding. Willis Johnson automotive salvage and auction business has earned him a $2.2 billion fortune he has used to back Republican politicians and causes. The donation caused Democrat pundits to see red. How is this legal? Exactly. Was the most common reaction, combined with a multitude of takes that urged it wasn't, and that no one was renting South Dakota citizen militia out as a private mercenary force. All right. Seriously, tweet here. Seriously, do we have any state law experts who can explain how the National Guard can be outsourced to private donors? Okay. So, man, it's gonna get bad, man. Especially when all hell break loose and you got these people, these paid mercenaries, they've been paid to do a job. They didn't enlist. It's not gonna be your regular enlisted, U.S. Army, man. You're gonna have these, whether it be foreign troops, all right, UN troops from all over the world. But man, when they come over here, it's gonna be brutal. All right, it's gonna be brutal when they come over here and enforce whatever task or whatever mission they've been given, and they ain't gonna be operating under the Constitution. All right. Either you're gonna be put to death or you're gonna be unlawfully detained. All right, because these people are pretty much privately funded. All right. So that's pretty much it on this article. Saying it's not legal, but hey, man, this is America. And the next one I'm gonna get is real quick. Just this information has been coming out for a while, but get ready for this martial law. I remember why now. It says Gwen Berry flags snubbing U.S. Olympians sponsored by Defund the Police Advocates. Now this information has been out for a while now, defunding the police, but this was published 2 days ago. That's why I chose this article. This isn't new information, but this information is being renewed, man. They're keeping this out, out in the media, so to say. They're keeping this agenda going of defunding the police. So when the police are defunded, the people that keep the policy, that's what police go back to, Latin policy, policy, and they uphold a policy. That's why you don't have people out here just completely lawless and doing whatever the hell they want to do, because there is a chance that, hey, someone's going to call the police and the police going to show up and they're going to restore order. All right, meaning you can get shot or taken to jail. Okay. It says the U.S. Olympian hammer thrower who sparked outrage by turning away from the American flag during the national anthem. Right, and that's how all this, they're using this whole BLM and all this racist, so-called racist agenda. Okay, which there is racism does exist, you know, but you can't, you know, that's the problem with so-called Negro, Latinos, Native Americans. You can't go to your oppressors for help and beg them to treat you, you know, with some sort of equality, man. You got to return back to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, okay, and cry out unto Him, all right, for liberation. All right, it says American flag during the national anthem is sponsored by Color of Change, a left-wing group that advocates for defunding the police. All right, so defunding the police. So what's going to happen when these police officers are being defunded? And this is all being done by design, of course. You know, you might start out with the National Guard, but ultimately the shit that these people want to do, as the scriptures say, let's get it real fast. Matter of fact, we'll get that later. We'll get Revelation 12:12. We're going to get this. Is Luke 21:10. Let me get right to the point. This is when the disciples asked Yahushua, when shall be the end of the world? And I'm going to read through it. It says, then he said unto them, nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. And that's heavy right now, man. Russia and China really rising up against America. It says, and a great earthquake shall be in diverse places, and famines and pestilences, and fearful sights and great signs shall be from heaven. But before all these, they shall lay their hands on you and persecute you. That persecution is coming, man. All right, these troops, you know, these mercenaries, wherever form they come in. It says, delivering you up to the synagogues and into prisons, being brought before kings and rulers for my name's sake, and shall turn to you for testimony. All right, so let's jump down to verse 20. It says, and when ye shall see Jerusalem, talking about the people in these times, because this is ultimately talking about 70 AD. All right, but no new thing underneath the sun. This is going to happen again. All right, this prophecy is twofold, if you will. All right, duality. It says, and when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, then know the desolation thereof is nigh. All right, so Jerusalem compassed with armies, the people, and you know, that was evident on his first purge when he sent these mercenaries, all right, into them hoods, man. You know.
Ce message d'alerte annonce le commencement de la première purge.
Découvrez comment elle a commencé.
Cette nuit, on va voir le bien et le mal en chacun de nous.
Participez.
All right, that was in Spanish, but you get the point. All right. When they send those mercenaries into these hoods, man, to get the job done, all right, because that was their whole plan, man, to wipe out you tribes, you what they call you, the term is escaping me right. Oh, useless eaters, man. You know that they have no need for, you know, welfare, so-called welfare recipients. All right, but the biggest welfare recipients are those so-called Jews. You know, that's a complete welfare state. All right, but we're not, you know, going to change subjects, but you get the point. But that's what's going to happen, defunding the police. You know, this is going to bring forth martial law. And that's what you got to look forward to. Okay, so I just wanted to bring that information out to show you that, example of pretty much mercenaries, man, being privately funded. So, and that's on on US soil. Okay, so you see it, you know, the picture is being painted. We'll close out with our Revelation 12:12. It's Revelation 12 verse 12. It says, Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you. Once again, that Purge movie, all right. The so-called white men, all right, his paid mercenaries came down upon those Jakes, man, in those movies to pretty much wipe out the people, man. They said, you know, the people wasn't purging enough. We need to send out, you know, these, make them look like purgers, but they had pretty much government equipment, man. They were governmentally funded. All right, it says, for devils come down to you having great wrath, because you know that they have but a short time. All right, depopulation, new world order agenda. If you're in the way, that whole red list, blue list thing, you know, who can be rehabilitated, who can't. All right, those are the times we're coming in. All right, Esau is coming down with great wrath. But till next time, giving all praises to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Shalom.